Okay, we should be live now on YouTube. Let's go live on TikTok as well. Okay. TikTok user 513 says requested. Okay. Hey, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 27.
Okay. And which of the prompts on the screen did you want to chat about?
Um, I mean, I could probably do almost any of them. I think they all kind of fall under the same kind of category, just different topics. Really, you just think that Trump is wrong on most things, and you think that the Democrats are right on most things?
I don't know about the second part of that, but I think Trump is wrong on most things, and Democrats are right on maybe like 70% of things. I mean, I have plenty of criticisms for Democrats as well, but it depends on the issue.
Sure. Do you think that Trump is, do you think that he's corrupt uniquely?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty confidently.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be where we begin to disagree because I think that even having the conversation. I mean, for me, for instance, I would start the debate, and what I would agree to is I think that the Republicans and the Democrats are in bed together. I think that they're equally as corrupt as each other. I
Yeah,
think that
I
they
don't buy
wash
that.
each
Give me
other's
1 second. I'm
hands.
gonna
We have
grab a
plenty of
notebook
examples of
and a
that.
pen. I can still hear you though, but keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, I think that the Republicans and the Democrats are equally as corrupt. So I think that saying that Trump is corrupt and then justifying other positions because he's corrupt is kind of a non-starter.
When I think of status quo corruption, I'm thinking of like insider trading in terms of like members of Congress holding stocks and buying options. The type of corruption that Trump engages in is of an entirely different order of magnitude, where he is, for example, meeting with the president of Indonesia and the president's asking Trump, can you please contact Eric? We're working on a business deal. And Trump's like, yeah, Eric's such a good boy, isn't he? I'll let him know. So he's facilitating conversations on private investment and private construction between heads of state and his own family. I mean, you have Trump coin. He's profited to the tune of billions, potentially, depends on if and when he cashes out. There's examples of, companies being shorted like 30 seconds before Trump puts out a tweet tariffing that industry. So, I mean,
So
this
that would
is
be
this
stock
is unique
trading.
corruption.
Well, so some of that was really kind of the status quo corruption that you talked about, but like trading stocks, insider trading, stuff like that. But I do want to say this on your first point. I actually think it's kind of a hilarious thing to bring up, and the irony is, I mean, it's palpable. So, like you're saying, you're talking about Eric Trump and him talking about the president of India and yada yada yada. I mean, the idea that doesn't almost exactly line up with the exact confirmed objective reality of Hunter Biden and Burisma is like the fact that you see one of them as uniquely corrupt and then you don't see the other one as uniquely corrupt is the
Hunter
only
Biden and
way that you could
Burisma
ever
is
explain it is
influence
just partisan.
peddling, but Republicans spent 2 years looking for something criminal there. They had 2 years to investigate everything on the face of the earth, and they came up short after those 2 years. There was no indictments that came out of the Hunter Biden Burisma scandal. I mean, there was even the allegations that Biden was in on something
Yeah,
have
you're
ended
right.
up
He
not
just
being
resigned from the
substantiated.
board, and then they
Someone
made a
actually went
statement
to
saying that he
jail.
never should have been there in the first place.
Someone actually went to
So he
jail
wasn't
for
criminally
lying.
charged, but he admitted that it was wrong after he did it.
Someone actually went to jail for lying about Biden being involved in the Burisma
Okay, but
stuff
hang on.
because
No,
they lied
you're
under
arguing
oath.
two different things now. Okay, but these are two different things. Whether or not somebody is able to successfully be prosecuted for their crime doesn't mean that they did or did not do the crime. That is the prosecution and the process of the
You mean
prosecution in and of
indicted?
itself. So that is not indicative of actual levels of corruption. Honestly, what you would be able to say though is when you look at one political party, if you agree that both of them are pretty corrupt, it should be eyebrow raising to anybody when one of these political parties is rarely indicted on obvious corruption and then the other
That's
one
just
is.
not
Like, for
true.
example,
That's just not true.
so hang on. So I want to make this point because this is just, I mean, so here's what we absolutely 100% know about the Hunter Biden Burisma thing. And you can tell me if this sounds similar to the Eric Trump thing. Okay.
Yep.
So his dad is the sitting vice president of the United States. And so at the time, the United States is facilitating over $1 billion in aid
I know the
to the
story.
Ukraine. Okay, so I'm sure that you're aware. So Hunter Biden, who has no experience in the energy sector, he's
He
primarily
got the
dealt
job
in
because his
arts
last
and
name
things
is
of that
Biden.
nature.
Like I said, influence peddling 101. I mean,
Got it. Okay, so influence peddling 101. So that is part of it. Here's the other part.
but
So
is
you
your
know,
assertion that
obviously
Joe
there's a
Biden was
prosecutor
personally
in
involved
Ukraine.
in?
They're looking
Hold
into
on.
Burisma.
Was
You
Joe
have-
Biden
you have
personally
Joe
involved
Biden
in
sitting in
enriching
front of camera
Hunter?
saying if they don't fire the prosecutor, we're not sending the $1 billion.
Hold on. Was Joe Biden personally involved in benefiting Hunter?
I would say that he's personally involved because I
Because
think that when
Republicans
you are,
looked for evidence for that
because
for
I think
2
when
years
when
and
the
found
family
nothing.
benefits because of you, I think that you're benefiting your family, and so by virtue, you're benefiting yourself.
Okay. Can I respond to all that now? Because you said a few different things.
I didn't get to finish, actually.
Number one, you brought up the trading stock thing that I brought up with Trump is the same as congressional stock trading. It's not at all the same thing because Trump has unilateral power to move entire markets by imposing tariffs by himself. In Congress, they have access to insider information, but not acute specific changes in markets that are going to happen at the beck and call of one person. And there was someone who literally invested tens of millions of dollars in buying shorts for companies literally like 1 minute before Trump tweets on Truth Social that we're now going to put a tariff here. And the person who shorted the company makes a shit ton of money. You also talked about someone being indicted or prosecuted.
Nancy Pelosi.
Hold
I
on.
mean, she
You
buys
made-
into
you
the
made
Visa
4
IPO.
points.
She's
You
one
made
of the
4
people who
points.
allowed them to have an IPO.
You
and
made
then
4
her
points.
husband, makes $50 million.
You made
on
4
it.
points. You have to let me respond to them. You can't just make a point and then like not let it be.
You're just
aired
saying
out.
that your position's unique, and it's not.
Again, you made more points. Can I respond to those, or do you want?
I know, but it's going to go nowhere because you can sit here and point out all the corruption on the right, and I can sit here and point out all the corruption on the
Dude,
left. and
are
at the
you
end
here
of
to
the day,
give
we're
a
gonna be sitting
speech,
here arguing
or
about
are
who's
we
more
having a
corrupt,
back and
they're both
forth?
corrupt.
You said that
mean,
someone
this
being
is-
indicted for corruption is not indicative of criminality. It is. Being indicted is typically indicative of criminality.
That's not what I said,
Now, you can
actually.
say that someone can do something wrong, morally wrong, but not be indicted for it. That's what I would say for things like
Not what I
influence
said.
peddling.
You're misrepresenting my argument.
Please correct
entirely.
me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is really, really easy. So what I'm saying is the idea that, like, let's say that somebody gets accused of a crime, okay? The idea that the prosecution is successful in getting them convicted and putting them behind bars, that alone is not indicative. That alone is not indicative of the
Of what?
height of the corruption.
What are you even saying?
I'm saying that you're saying that people on Trump's side actually got indicted and they spent time behind bars. And so that proves definitively that the corruption is unique and that the corruption is bigger than it is on the other
just wanna
side.
be
I would
clear,
make
like,
the argument of the
major
basically the complete
Democrats were
opposite.
indicted and convicted of corruption. Bob Menendez. You had a guy who Trump just recently pardoned for some reason. You
Okay,
had
so
Eric
is it unique to
Adams.
Republicans or is it not unique to Republicans?
It's unique to Trump. The type of corruption I'm talking about is unique
Okay,
to
but
Trump.
if there's
the
Democrats
fact
who are
that his
getting
net
indicted
worth,
for this stuff, then
the
it's
fact
not
that his
unique to
net
them.
worth
You
has
just-
doubled.
You just broke your own rule.
Dude, are you here to talk to yourself?
No, I'm just pointing out. You
what
just
are you
said
pointing
that
out?
it's unique to Trump.
Give
And
me
you
a
said
point
Bob
to
Menendez
address,
and other
and hold
prominent
on.
Democrats have
Just
been
give me
indicted in
one
bar for
point to
corruption.
address, and then let me address that point. Go. Give me one. What's your actual argument here? Because I feel like we're going
I'm making the
everywhere.
argument very simply that both sides of the aisle are equally corrupt, and it's impossible to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that any of them are uniquely corrupt above others.
Okay, give me examples of things akin to what Trump has done in his second term.
I mean, Obama weaponizing the FISA courts, tapping Trump's
said
first
analogous to what
campaign.
Trump
I mean,
has
that's as
done
bad
in
as
his
it gets.
second
That's
term.
overthrowing democracy.
Analogous to what Trump has done in his second term.
Okay, so I just gave you one that I think is comparable, and then
Trump
you just
coin?
immediately
What's
said
the
not
parallel for
comparable.
Trump coin? Where you get White House tours if you're one of the top buyers. What's
Yeah,
the
$1 billion
parallel?
in aid to Ukraine. Your son is sitting on the primary energy company's
I'll ask you
board,
again.
getting paid probably $500,000 for doing literally nothing.
I'll ask you
And we
again.
don't know the other deals that are happening because of that facility.
I'm going to ask you again, what is another parallel to something like Trump coin? Because you haven't given me one yet.
I just gave you one. Yeah,
No,
Hunter
you
Biden
didn't.
Burisma.
Biden launched a
I
private
did.
asset
No, I
and profited
factually
off of
just
it.
said
Hold on.
Hunter Biden Burisma.
Hold
Is
on.
my mic not turned
Hold
on?
on. Let's just be clear what Trump coin is. Are you saying that either Joe Biden or Hunter Biden launched some kind of private asset that they profit from and they offered access to government buildings in return for helping them profit? Because what Trump said is the top
Yeah,
buyers,
that actually lines
the
up
top
pretty
buyers
well
of
with the
Trump
Hunter
coin,
Biden Burisma.
the top buyers of Trump coin get a White House tour. That was how it was advertised.
Okay.
What's the parallel to that?
Yeah, well, if you hire my son, you'll have access to the president.
This was never
So
proven
if
by
you
any.
give me
hold
money,
on.
you'll have access
Give
to
me-
the
hold on.
president. That's the exact same
You're
pay-to-play scheme
implying
that
a
you just
level of
outlined.
intent, like seemingly criminal intent, that has never been proven.
Now
So
you're
what are you
talking
pointing
about
to?
intent because you just told me to give you a parallel. I
And you
gave you a
didn't.
parallel. By
You
your own
didn't.
definition, it's a parallel, and now
No,
you're
it's
talking
not.
about intent. No, because you literally just said, okay, so if you buy our coin, you'll get access to the president.
Right,
You
was
get to
there a
come- you get
Biden
to come
coin?
visit the White House. Yeah, okay.
Was there
so
a
if you
Biden
fire the
coin?
prosecutor and you hire my son for your energy company, you get a bunch of aid and you get to talk to the president.
That
It sounds pretty
prosecutor was
fucking similar,
fired.
doesn't
You're
it?
making. Steph is right. You're just making stuff up. The prosecutor wasn't fired
What
to
am-
make
okay, what
Hunter
did I make
Biden
up?
rich.
What did I make up?
Why was the prosecutor fired?
The prosecutor getting fired in general doesn't that actually is almost it doesn't disprove anything with Hunter Biden. That actually just has
Just
more to do with Ukrainian
Assert
politics,
specifically the Hunter Biden corruption so I can address it, because I think it's influence peddling. But again, the idea
Okay,
that Joe
okay,
Biden
here,
was
I'll-
pulling
yeah.
strings was never discovered. Republicans had 2 years to look
Okay,
for
so
it.
here's the parallel. If you buy the Trump coin, if you buy enough of it, you get to go to the White House and
Yes.
you get to talk to the most powerful man on the planet.
Yes.
Here it is. If you hire the president's son and pay him for doing nothing, you get access to the VP of the United States.
That's
So,
a quid pro
yeah,
quo,
there it is.
right?
Pretty easy. Would you agree that that
Hold
is
on.
a kind of parallel?
Real quick, Dre, you can say I'm getting cooked, just no spamming. My only rules are no spamming
You are
and no
getting cooked.
slurs. You said that quid pro quo. You agree that's a quid
Is it
pro
a
quo,
parallel
then,
or
right?
no?
No,
But is it a parallel or no?
no, because you're factually incorrect on the second thing.
See, there it is. You're being unreasonable.
Can I respond? You're
Dude,
asserting
if you
that
don't
there was
agree
a.
that that's a parallel,
You're
we can't really have a
asserting.
conversation.
You're asserting that there was a quid pro quo with Hunter Biden getting that job
you're
that Joe
talking about
Biden was
intent.
involved in, right?
Now you've gone to intent.
Quid pro quo. Yes or no? I'm asking you. Just say it with
Well,
your
I
chest.
mean,
What
let
is
me
the
ask-
Hunter
let me ask
Biden
you this.
corruption?
Yeah. No, I would assert that. And so let me ask you this. If I'm wrong, then answer
Hold
this
on.
question.
Can you? I'm not saying even you're wrong. Can you just address what I said? If we're comparing these two examples, let's get detailed with it, okay? So my example is quid pro quo. You buy Trump coin, you get access to the White House. You're saying, okay, there was a quid pro quo as well with Hunter Biden and Burisma. What exactly was the quid pro quo there? In clear
Yeah,
terms.
you hire my son, you pay him for doing nothing, and then you get access to the president office.
Okay. Where was this offer made by Biden? Where's the evidence that Biden said this?
See, and this is the hilarious part of this, right?
'cause
you're
Trump
gonna-
said the
this
thing
is
I'm
what you'd
saying
like
he
to
said.
do. No, okay, so hang on. So I don't actually need to have an
Evidence?
offer on this because we know that it happened and everybody knows the details.
Don't need to have evidence?
For instance, it wouldn't matter if an offer exists because we know for a fact that he was on the board of Burisma and had
Shifting the goalposts now.
I'm not shifting the goalposts at all. I'm responding exactly to what you said. I'm engaging with the point that you just made.
I've written it down. It's one very simple
You just
point.
don't like the point that I'm going to make because it's actually a better point than yours.
You're trying to
so you're
obfuscate.
saying that I'm not engaging.
You're trying to
That's your
obfuscate.
issue.
You said that you had a parallel
I'm
for
not
Trump
okay.
coin.
Then let me talk. Then
You said you
If
had a
you don't wanna
parallel for
obfuscate,
Trump
then let me
coin,
answer your point.
but you have no evidence for that parallel. So substantiate what you're
Okay,
saying.
are you ready or are you not ready?
Super ready.
Okay. So like I said, I don't need an offer, right? I don't need an offer because it's very simple. Why?
Okay. I think we're good now. You can hear me, right? Okay. I think we're good now.
Yep.
What? Okay, why am I getting You can hear me, right? Okay. I think we're good now.
Yep.
What? Okay, why am I getting You can hear me, right? Hold on. I need to restart the live. You can hop back now.
Yep.
What? Okay, why am I getting You can hear me, right? Hold on. I need to restart. Okay. Please tell me it's working now. Okay, are we back? I think we're back. I'm hoping we're back. Slime by the DHS? No, my entire house's power just went out. Lagging? How bad is it lagging? That's so fucking annoying. It's clear now. Knock on wood. I don't know why it keeps saying reconnecting on TikTok. Hopefully that guy can hop back on. Biden broadband restored. So true. I'm only live until like 6:30ish, by the way. Super short live today. I want that guy from before to hop back on. Dylan D, I see you in the request. What did you want to debate? Who is the guy who was just on here? I want to finish up my conversation with him. Because I'm going to be hopping off in like 20 minutes. So I wanted to at least get out one live. Because I know haven't been live last couple days. What do you want to debate? I have the prompts on the screen behind me. I'm waiting for the guy that was just on here. I hope he returns. Oh, man. I don't know how that happened. That's never happened to me before. My entire everything, Wi-Fi and monitors and everything just turned off. Entire everything, Wi-Fi and monitors and everything. Okay, monitors now and everything just turned off. Entire everything, Wi-Fi and monitors and everything. Okay, now everything just turned off. What? Entire everything, Wi-Fi and. Is anyone hearing this echo? Now what? Entire everything, Wi-Fi and. Is anyone hearing this echo? Am I tripping? What is this? Entire everything, Wi-Fi and. Is anyone hearing this echo? How? This is never. This is so fucking annoying, bro. This has never happened to me before. What even is this? Hearing this echo? How? This is never. This is so fucking annoying, bro. This has never happened to me before. What even is this? Hearing this echo? How? This is never.